Good morning and welcome to MBA batch of Louth Mata Institute of Management Studies, LIMS Business News. Let's get the news rolling with the top 6 business news.
HCL Tech has beaten guidance to clock in 4.5% growth in revenue in constant currency during the second quarter. Its profit also rose by 7.4% between July and September to hit Rs 3,142 crore. The company's EBIT margins in rupees also expanded by a whopping 9.7% to hit 21.6%. In the second quarter, the companies raked in 15 transformational deals led by life sciences and healthcare, public services and manufacturing. It will be doling out a dividend of Rs 4 per share. IT and business services continue to account for most of the company's growth, accounting for over 70% of the revenue mix. HCL signed 15 transformational deals led by key industry verticals including life sciences and healthcare, public services and manufacturing, the company said in its earnings report.
BPCL plans to merge BORL with sales before sell-off. Bharat Petroleum Corporation may go in for merging Bharat Oman refineries. Before the divestment process, if OQ agree to sell its 26% stake in the BPCL. Currently, BPCL's stake in the company is around 63.38% and that of OQ around 36.62%. However, taking debentures and warrants into account, the overall equity of BPCL would come to around 74%. And for OQ, around 26%.
Welcome to Business News. I'm Nandini here. Today's news. Lenders voting on Jet Airways resolution plan extended by a day. The voting to pick the new owners of Jet Airways has been extended by one more day after some banks sought more time to decide on the winning bid. Lenders have asked for an extension till October 17 to choose the new owner of Jet Airways, said Ashish, the resolution professional appointed to overlook the corporate insolvency resolution process of the debt-strapped airline. The committee of creditors had time till Friday to vote on the bid submitted by the consortium comprising financial advisory from Calrock Capital and Murari Lal Jalal, a UAE-based entrepreneur, another consortium of Flight Simulation Technic Center Private Limited, Big Charter Private Limited, along with Imperial Capital Investment LIC, had also placed a financial bid. Lenders with the airline began the voting process in the last week of September. According to a source close to the development, the voting lines were extended because quite a few banks are yet to vote. However, the person added that there won't be an extension beyond Saturday, as the last date to finalize the plan has been set on October 22 by the National Company Law Tribunal.
Hi everyone, it's Genevieve representing Group 3 with today's news on Suzlon Group appoints Ashwani Kumar as Group CEO. According to a statement filed on the exchange, Suzlon Energy on Friday said that it has appointed Ashwani Kumar as its Group Chief Executive Officer. Ashwani Kumar has over 3 decades of experience in projects, business development and finance at leading Indian power and infrastructure companies, is an alumnus of IIM, Bangalore and the Harvard Business School. He has led the construction of over 6,000 megawatts of power projects from bidding to commercial operations and has expertise in closing and managing large complex contracts, effectively leveraging corporate affairs. Suzlon Group Chairman and Managing Director Tulsi Tanti said that Ashwani Kumar brings with him rich experience of power and infrastructure sectors in India. Renewable energy has transformed into a mainstream source of energy, offering power plant scale solutions, making his experience highly relevant for us. The Suzlon Group is one of the leading renewable energy solutions provider in the world, with a global presence across 18 countries in Asia, Australia, Europe, Africa and America.
It's Medinda reading the news about Shoppers Stop Limited names Vinu Nair as MD and CEO. New Delhi department store chain Shoppers Stop Limited on Friday announced the appointment of Trends Vinu Nair as its Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer effective on 6th November 2020. Nair will take over the role from Rajiv Surai, resigned in August, nearly 2 years after he was appointed due to personal reasons. Nair, who was being appointed to the role for a period of 3 years, will lead the next phase of the chain's expansion, the company said in its filing late on Friday evening. COVID-19 had disrupted several retail business and reset shopper behavior.
I am Alan Paul. Welcome to today's business news. Once India's largest smartphone maker by market share, Micromax Informatics is taking a shot at the top slot again. Riding recent government initiatives to boost manufacturing and counter cheaper imports from China, in 2014 Micromax created history when it beat South Korean consumer electronic giant Samsung in total smartphone shipments in the domestic market. Everybody was looking at the Chinese phones because they were very competitively priced, co-founder Rahul Sharma said in an interview. I think this is a great cushion that has been provided to all the Indian companies, which will help us to fight these guys. Sharma added, Micromax will soon launch a brand called IN. We will only come out with performance-oriented products. You won't see phones worth 3,000 to 5,000 from Micromax anymore, he said. Thank you.